Rajajanaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachariya Yamuna Tira Vanachariya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Astataro Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Abai Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON Founder BBT Founder Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vranda ki Antaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Vyasadev ki Guru Parampara ki Bhakti Vedanta purports ki Natai Go Premanande Hari Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Go Premanande Hari Hari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, the Canto 10, chapter 9, entitled Mother Yasoda binds Lord Krishna. Text number 1 and 2 for today. They are together. So we are continuing to relish the glories of Mother Yasoda. Jai. So once again, Canto 10, Chapter 9, Mother Yasoda binds Lord Krishna. Continuation in our series of classes on the glories of Mother Yasoda. And this is text 1 and 2. You can repeat. Shri Sukha Uvacha Ekada Grihada Shishu Yasoda Nandagehine Karmantara Niyuktashu Nirmamanta Swayam Dadhi Yani Yaniha Gitani Tad Bala Charitani Cha Dadhi Nirmantane Kale Smaranti Tanyaga Yata. word for word. Shri Sukha Uvacha. Shri Sukadev Goswami said, Ekadam, one day, Brihad Shishu, when all the maidservants of the household were otherwise engaged, Yasoda, Mother Yasoda, Nanda Gehini, the queen of Nanda Maharaj, Karma Antara, in other household affairs, Niyuktashu, being engaged, Nirmamanta, churned, Swayam, personally, Dadhi, the yogurt, Yani, all such, Yani, such, Iha, in this connection, Gitani, songs, Tat Bala Charitani, in which the activities of our own child were enacted. Cha and Dadhi Nidmantane, while churning the yogurt. Kale, at that time. Smaranti, remembering. Tani, all of them, in the form of songs. Agayata, chanted. The translation with the purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. And the translation. Shri Sukadev Goswami continued, one day when Mother Yasoda saw that all the maidservants were engaged in other household affairs, she personally began to churn the yogurt. While churning, she remembered the childish activities of Krishna, and in her own way, she composed songs and enjoyed singing to herself about all those activities. And in the purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, quoting from the Vaishnav Toshini of Srila Sanatana Goswami, says that the incident of Krishna's breaking the pot of yogurt and being bound by Mother Yasoda took place on the Deepavali day, or Deepamalika. Even today in India, this festival is generally celebrated very gorgeously in the month of Kartik by fireworks and lights, especially in Bombay. It is to be understood that among all the cows of Nanda Maharaj, several of Mother Yasoda's cows ate only grasses so flavorful that the grasses would automatically flavor the milk. Mother Yasoda wanted to collect the milk from these cows, make it into yogurt, churn it into butter personally, since she thought that this child, Krishna, was going to the houses of the neighborhood Gopas and Gopis to steal butter because he did not like the milk and yogurt ordinarily prepared. While churning the butter, Mother Yasoda was singing about the childhood activities of Krishna. It was formerly a custom that if one wanted to remember something constantly, he would transform it into poetry and have this done by a professional poet. It appears Mother Yasoda did not want to forget Krishna's activities at any time. Therefore she poeticized all of Krishna's childhood activities, such as the killing of Putana, Aghasura, Sakatasura and Trinavata. And while churning the butter, she sang about these activities in poetical form. This should be the practice of persons eager to remain Krishna conscious 24 hours a day. This incident shows how Krishna conscious Mother Yasoda was. To stay in Krishna consciousness, we should follow such persons. Om Agyana Atimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So day before yesterday and the previous day before that, we were discussing how the elderly gopis came to complain about how Krishna is coming to their homes, without any invitation, and just running amok, stealing their butter, pinching their babies, and doing all sorts of nonsense, naughty activities, which for Krishna is playful. One of the meanings of Leela, Krishna Leela, is playful. Play. So in this particular purport by Srila Prabhupada, Mother Yasoda wanted to collect the milk from these cows, make it into yogurt and churn it into butter personally, since she thought, so she's become contaminated by the complaints of the gopis who were enjoying the complaints. Somebody normally complains, they're angry, but they were enjoying it. So that association of the elderly gopis transcendently contaminated Mother Yasoda, and she started feeling like that. Maybe this child was going to the houses of the neighborhood gopas and gopis to steal butter, Prabhupada says, because he did not like the milk and yogurt ordinarily prepared. So this day, on Deepavali day, she decided that she's going to personally make milk sweets for Krishna. And Krishna should enjoy those sweets. So that I did not feel by the complaints of the elderly gopis that he's going and enjoying other sweets and milk products from the other homes, as if what we are doing in Nanda Maharaj's household to serve him is not good enough. Yeah. So In the teachings of Queen Kunti, Srila Prabhupada have us understand that Krishna's stealing and our stealing is different. See? Because in the material world one is naturally contaminated, materially contaminated. So our stealing, Prabhupada says, is abominable, not desired and not positive, completely negative. Whereas on the absolute spiritual platform, Srila Prabhupada says, the same stealing is so nice for Krishna that it is enjoyable, and with his associates, it's enjoyable. So what does this mean? It means that Krishna is worshipped as Makanchor. They do arti. They do arti to a photo of Makanchor. So Srila Prabhupada says at the end of that particular excerpt from the teachings of Queen Kunti, he said, however, Mother Yasoda, she sorts of enjoys eventually hearing about Krishna's naughtiness of stealing from the other homes in the neighborhood. Sorts of enjoys stealing it. But then Mother Yasoda feels that they are relishing so much, including we had like a great laugh and we mocked even Prabhavati when she came to complain, like that. And it wasn't Krishna, it was just her own son. But meanwhile, it's Krishna transformed into a son. But they're enjoying so much like that, but Krishna will never steal from our home. But he's stealing from the other homes are giving them so much ecstasy. But Krishna will never steal from our home. So just that thoughts of feeling that Krishna will never steal from our home enters into the consciousness of Krishna, who's in the other room. Now love is like that. Love is like that. See? Just like a mother may be living in Kanpur. See? But a son is studying in London. Right? So the mother will phone the son on WhatsApp video and say, you did not eat for 3 days. And the son, my mother knows this. Because there's a connection of the language of the heart. And it's true, he did not eat nicely for 3 days. And he says, you're sick, you're not taking care of yourself. So similarly, Mother Yasoda's thoughts from her heart, not from the mind, affects Krishna's consciousness. Yeah. And Krishna is feeling, while Mother Yasoda is sort of reminiscing in her heart, Krishna will never steal from his father's house. So that enters into the consciousness of Krishna. And what does he do? So that's how the Damodar Leela begins. That's how you get Damodar Leela. I'm giving the preamble to why Damodar Leela comes about. See? Because she's transcendentally contaminated by hearing these complaints, and she's feeling like that. How can I feel like how they feel when Krishna steals from their home? And that enters the consciousness of Krishna in the other room. Oh, my mother wants me to steal from our own home. See? So therefore, the Damodar Leela begins from Krishna stealing from the other homes and eventually stealing from the household of Nanda Maharaj itself. So that's how this happens, that Mother Yasoda is yet to enjoy Krishna's stealing, to actually give a preamble to the Damodar Leela itself. We good? Yeah. This purport is full of juice. It may take several days just to complete the purport, because Prabhupada pulls from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentaries and the Vaishnava Toshani of Srila Sanatana Goswami, and his own love for Radha Krishna into the purport. So in another simple book that Srila Prabhupada has given us, well, compiled on the talks of Srila Prabhupada, is called The Science of Self-Realization. You read that? It's simple but deep. You may miss it. Yeah. So in that book, I'll read for you. Srila Prabhupada says that the cows in Krishna's abode are also liberated souls. They are called Surabhi cows. There are popular pictures showing how Krishna loves cows, how he embraces and kisses them. Their perfect happiness is achieved when Krishna comes and simply touches them. See? That's Srila Prabhupada's words. He lives in Krishna Leela. This is in the book, Science of Self-Realization. Yeah. Now, what does this really mean? You know, we get Shantaras, neutrality, and the cows are generally known to be in Shantaras. And the flute is generally in Shantaras. The river flows water in Yamuna is like in Shantaras. The flowers and creepers are in Shantaras. They are all Ananda Chinmaya Ras Pratibhavitabis. In other words, they are all completely conscious of serving Krishna. There's no dead matter. Nothing is dead. There's no old age and disease in Goloka Vrindavan. Nothing decays or becomes rotten. It's all blissful. And Prabhupada said, Ananda Chinmaya Ras Pratibhavitabis. Goloka eva nivasati. Akilatma Buddha. In Goloka, everything is like that. So in the simple statements by Srila Prabhupada in the Science of Self-Realization, when Krishna returns from the pasturing grounds before the sun sets, late afternoon, and when he returns from the pasturing grounds and he enters into the village of Vrindavan, so he has to pass the homes of the other elder Gopas and Gopis and the young Gopis themselves. Yeah. And he's coming with the cows and the calves. Yeah. So, although the cows are in Shantaras, okay, but Krishna uses them to tease the Gopis. So the younger Gopis cannot come out of the door. They cannot come out. See? Because, they're not supposed to. They're good, chaste girls following Dharma. Right? But the elderly Gopis and Gopas come and they see their own sons coming with Krishna and Balaram, and then they go forward to embrace them coming back from the pasturing grounds. But the younger Gopis, the daughters, they are inside the home. See? And what they do is, they take one Chintamani stone called lapis lazuli. That is not found here in this material world. It's a Chintamani stone, lapis lazuli. and it's just lying around. Now this lapis lazuli chintamani stone, Lakshmi Devi, Lakshmi Narayan, she puts it on a crown. She puts it on a crown. But the gopis inside the home, they take this chintamani gem, which is lapis lazuli, they don't put it on the head in a crown, they put it as a door stopper. So they wedge the door slightly open to the frame of the door, and they put the chintamani lapis lazuli gem there. It's a stone. Whereas Lakshmi puts it on her head to show everyone. For them it's insignificant. For them it's, let's use it in the service of getting darshan of Krishna. See? Chintamani Prakarasadmashu Kalpraviksha is made of chintamani, that place. But they don't use it for themselves. So they wedge that between the door slightly open and the frame of the door. So there's a gap. So if there's more than 2 young gopi daughters, one comes to that gap, because that gap has a one angle, and the other gap is when the door is open, where like so-called the hinges, of the door, there's another gap. So another little girl goes there. And they look through that. Now you must notice, when you look through like a small gap or a hole, you can look more intently to the object that you're looking, because it's focused. Okay. So Krishna is coming with the cows and the calves into the village. So they go there, they wedged it with this lapis lazuli. For them it's only significant to get darshan of Krishna. It's not jewelry that they wear. So they look through that. So they look and they see Krishna. Like more intently, because it's a slight gap. Yeah. So when they see Krishna, now Krishna knows their love for him. And he feels it. And he feels it. So in his and they want to embrace him and kiss him, these gopis. But they can't do it because it's public. See? So Krishna feels their desire. Okay. So what he does? He immediately embraces one cow or a calf. And Prabhupada says here, there are popular pictures showing how Krishna loves cows, how he embraces and kisses them. So he embraces the nearest cow and calf, the fortunate cow and calf. And then he kisses them, and this cow was neutral until Krishna touches them. So Krishna embraces, around the neck. And the cow or the calf, say a calf, Krishna, the calf takes out its tongue and licks Krishna all over the face. See? And then Krishna kisses the cow, on his face and, like that and so forth. The calf, cow. So the gopis look at this. Because this is happening in public. And Krishna is kissing the cows. In public. And the gopis are feeling how fortunate these cows are. They are more fortunate than us. That Krishna can associate with them any time of the day and night. We have to wait for night. See? And the gopis become transcendentally jealous. Not envy and not liking. Jealous. Just like one sister will be jealous of another sister, but they will not give up the relationship as sisters. They'll only be jealous when the father sees them as daughters. Oh, why is Papa giving more attention to her? Because Papa is seeing daughter, Papa is not seeing sister. But when the sisters are together on their own, they're not jealous of each other. They maintain the relationship. So the cowherd girls are jealous of the cows. But what happens is, when the jealousy enters personified, enters into the gopis' hearts of thinking Krishna cannot kiss us in public like he's kissing the cows in public. When that happens to the gopis, the cows are in Shantaras. But they never feel jealous of the gopis. So jealousy is not transferred to contaminate others. Whereas in the material world, jealousy is transferred to, if you are jealous of me, then I'm jealous of you. Not like that with the cows and the gopis. Because it's on the absolute platform. It's a very little point I'm making here. We okay so far? So that appears to be something that the cows do not know, that Krishna is exhibiting his desire to fulfill the desire of the gopis to kiss them by kissing the cows. So you can imagine there's Madhurya Bhav in Shantaras in relation to the cows. Usually we understand that Madhurya Ras, every other rasa is in that. But here in Shantaras, Krishna is exhibiting Madhurya by kissing the cows, because the gopis desire to be kissed, cannot be kissed in public. Getting it so far? So okay, some philosophical understanding behind this Leela and Rasa. So immediately that particular gopi who saw that particular cow or calf being kissed by Krishna, the jealousy comes. But the jealousy is not transferred to the consciousness of that particular cow and calf. See? So when Krishna goes past, because he has to eventually come to Nanda Maharaj's household, so that young gopi goes out, because Krishna has already passed. And that young gopi marks that cow or calf and follows that cow or calf in the height of the jealousy for that calf. And then that calf or cow eventually goes to that other particular household of an elderly gopi, that elderly gopi's son, and they enter into their barn, in a cow shed. This gopi from the other home goes to that cow or calf. And what does she do? She embraces that cow or calf. And that cow or calf is figuring out what's going on here. It's like, why is this gopi coming and kissing me all over and so forth? Because the scent, the aroma of Krishna's lips is in that cow or calf on the face. And that's when the jealousy of the cow or calf leaves the gopi. You understand? That kind of relationship in the material world is not there. It's like in the material world, if you're jealous of somebody, you want what they want and they should have less. Right? Whether it's affection, care, or material things. But here, this kind of transcendental jealousy, when the gopi goes to that calf and kisses the calf all over, she wants the consciousness of Krishna's love for the calf when he was being licked by the calf's tongue all over his face, and then he started kissing the calf. She wants that. So in the spiritual nature, in Goloka Vrindavan, when there's jealousy, you want to associate with that other associate of Krishna who you're jealous of and take the association. You see the difference? So this gopi went and took the association of that cow or calf in Madhurya Ras with somebody who was in Shanta Ras. was the cow or calf. We okay? Yeah. So this is Goloka Vrindavan. Everything is there. Even stealing is there. The original thief is Krishna. Nobody can be better than him in stealing, because everything originates from Krishna. See, and the original feature of jealousy within rasa is pure. Just like this gopi is jealous, not envious, not disliking, but is attracted more to the person that she's envious about. I mean, she's jealous of, not envious, she's jealous of. See, that cow or calf. And they want to associate. They want to serve that person because Krishna kissed you. He didn't kiss me. I want to associate with you. You are better than me. We are not qualified. You are more qualified. So let me take your association. That is Gaudiya Vaishnava understanding. We okay? So my focus today is on the cows and calf. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, it is to be understood that among all the cows of Nanda Maharaj, several of Mother Yasoda's cows ate only grasses so flavorful that the grasses would automatically flavor the milk. How many cows does Nanda Maharaj has? 900,000, almost 1 million, 9 lakhs. And out of those 9 lakhs of Nanda Maharaj's cows, Prabhupada says, Mother Yasoda has a personal cows. So first it belongs to Nanda Maharaj, and then it belongs to Yasoda. And then it's used in Krishna service. The cows. So Srila Rupa Goswami in Radha Krishna Ganada's Tipika tells us who these cows are that belong to Mother Yasoda. Right? And they are the most important. And Mother Yasoda chose those cows to live in the inner courtyard of Nanda Bhavan. See? And this is not in Nandagram. This is in Mahavan forest in Nanda Gokula. Getting it? It's another place. Yeah. In Nanda Gokula. You know, where Krishna ate dirt and then you get at Brahmandagat, you know, like that. So that's the area. It's called Nanda Gokula. Not at Nandagram or Nandagaon, not there. Yeah. So here Mother Yasoda has 7 cows that's in the inner courtyard. See? And she particularly sort of not chose those cows. You know, she has a choice of 900 cows. But she didn't choose the cows because she wanted to choose them. Like that. She was simply attracted to those particular cows because those are Krishna's favorites. See, Anukulena Krishna Anusilanam Bhakti Uttama. That we should serve Krishna and associate with those associates of Krishna who Krishna likes the most. He likes everyone, but these 7 cows are Krishna's favorites, and automatically they are Mother Yasoda's cows. So Mother Yasoda didn't choose them because she likes them for Krishna. You see a point here? She has them because Krishna likes them. It's his favorites. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. So the first name of that first cow, not in order of importance, her name is Mangala. You know Mangalati? Auspicious. Her name is Mangala because it's auspicious. We okay? Yeah. So when Putana tried to kill Krishna, but that doesn't work like that, you know. Either Krishna dies or Krishna kills, but Krishna never dies. Yeah. So after that incident when Putana, Mother Yasoda was so distraught. There's so much inauspiciousness here. This inauspiciousness has come into Nanda Bhavan because it's in that same area of Nanda Gokula. When you go there, you'll see today there's one deity of Putana there in Mahavan forest. So immediately she started saying mantras, to Narayan to protect Krishna as the baby, but she wasn't sufficiently satisfied. So she calls Mangala, 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 that cow comes. See? So she takes the tail of the cow. She takes the tail of the cow. And when she lifts up the tail, Mangala knows, that cow, Mangala, knows why she is there. Because in Goloka Vrindavan, it's Gopi Bhatta Parakamalaya Dasa Dasa Anudas. And the gopis include Mother Yasoda. She's also a goddess of fortune. Lakshmi Sahasresha Satasamrasya Vyamana. Unending number of Lakshmis, which is the gopis actually. So Mangala knows that there's some inauspiciousness that Mother Yasoda feels. But Mangala cannot directly serve Krishna. Even when we land up in Goloka Vrindavan eventually, we should be going there eventually, work towards that, enter into Goloka Vrindavan in your natural identity, there. So Mangala's natural identity is that she does not directly serve Krishna. She can only serve Krishna to one of his personal associates. And the personal associate is Mother Yasoda. So Yasoda says Mangala, and Mangala comes, very happy, like that. And then the other cows, which I'll name them now, they think, oh, Mangala. We know why Mangala is going. Because something not right has happened. Because Mangala means auspiciousness. So she takes Mangala's tail and lifts it up. And immediately Mangala passes water. Don't use the word urine. Not good. Passes water. When Mangala passes water, she dips the tail into the water and sprinkles on Krishna. Like that. When she does that, her distress goes away because inauspiciousness was there, so to speak, of Putana. Like that. See? So by its name, Mangala brings auspiciousness when inauspiciousness enters. See? And after when that happens, like that, then Mangala is being milked, like that. And when she gives the milk, there is no negativity, there's no negative energy in the atmosphere. You getting it? And that same milk, Mother Yasoda makes milk sweets from, to make sure that all inauspiciousness is no more there from this Putana incident. Okay. Even for Krishna. Okay. So she speaks to Krishna. She says, Krishna and his little baby, this is the milk sweet I made from Mangala's milk. It's good for you. Because it's only all auspicious. So this is just one little way of understanding how you can be the servant of one of the eternal associates. Yeah. Okay. Another name of another cow, her name is Pingala. What color is that cow? Pingala? Now you can imagine, what is the color of auspiciousness for Mangala? No. For Mangala, the cow named Mangala, what is the color? There's no color. There's no color. It's a form of devotional service. We cannot attribute color to Mangala. But if you paint it in a painting, Mangala, the cow, you have to put some color. So that's the color of Prema. What color is that? See? So therefore one time, this is a sidebar talk. One time, one devotee, he asked Srila Prabhupada, why is Krishna blue? Yeah? So Prabhupada answered, and he couldn't ask the question again. Prabhupada answered, Krishna is not blue. And he didn't ask Prabhupada what color is Krishna again. See? Everything in the spiritual world is the color of consciousness, is the color of consciousness. So if you want to paint the color of auspiciousness, that's very difficult. There's things there that cannot be visioned here. Are we good? Yeah. Now, at least we can say what color is Pingala. What color is Pingala? The closest to the color of that cow named Pingala, P-I-N-G-L-E, is yellow. Is yellow. Now, here in the purport, again, Mother Yasoda's cows ate only grasses so flavorful that the grasses would automatically flavor the milk. So Pingala is sort of not this yellow or something that you're wearing, it's not like that. You have to understand, should I see this yellow color in Golok? No, it's not like that. You have to understand, well, it cannot be understood. Let's say it cannot be understood. So this Pingala cow, like that, she only likes to eat turmeric. Like a turmeric type grasses. You understand that? Turmeric is haldi. So haldi is what color? Yellow. Huh? Yeah, Pingala. So the cow is attracted to such grasses that are yellowish, like haldi. Getting it? Yeah. So when Krishna apparently gets a fever, you know what's a fever? Like high temperature. But why he got high temperature is because Radharani is angry with him. You understand? So he gets this high temperature. It's like, he's like fidgety at home. He's not himself. He said, what is happening? Mama, little sick. I'm little sick. You have fever? Yes, Mama. That's external, transcendentally. But internally, who's angry with him? Even when somebody gets angry, your temperature rises. Yeah. So, oh yes. Then who does Mother Yasoda call? Pingala! And Pingala comes. Because if Krishna doesn't get a fever, but Radharani is angry with him, his temperature rises, how can Pingala serve? Oh, I have to bring his fever down. And the only thing that brings his fever down is milk collected from Pingala to make milk sweets for him. And when Pingala passes the milk, what color? Yellow. Automatically flavored to make the milk sweets, to make Krishna bring the fever down. Transcendental fever, because of some other thing that happened with him and Radharani. Getting it? Yeah, so that's the second cow. There's more, but second. The next name of the next cow, which is the third one, there's 7 in total. is Ganga. Her name is? Now what's her color? Huh? White, yes. This is not Ganga Mai ki Jai and Yamuna Mai ki Jai. This is not the river. This is the original Ganga, the cow. Before Ganga, Ganga Mai ki Jai, before Ganga could come as the river, this Ganga is there in Golok also. Her name is Ganga. And when she passes milk, gives milk, what color? White. When Krishna is restless, Krishna is? Now he is a restless boy. Yeah. Something has to make him peaceful. And Ganga is a very peaceful cow. Very? Yeah. She's like a great saint. She's just like very peaceful. Yeah. So when Krishna is restless, who does Mother Yasoda call? Ganga, Ganga, and she comes. And Ganga prays for Krishna to become restless. Because how else can she serve, Yeah. And when Ganga's milk is transformed into like milk products and so forth like that, yeah. So from Ganga's milk, Krishna gets dahi. And here the word dadhi, in Sanskrit, dadhi is used. He gets that. So Krishna becomes peaceful. See? So you can imagine the desire of Ganga that, when will I serve Krishna? Through the agency of Mother Yasoda. These are little excerpts, from Golok. Yeah. The next cow, that is, we have Mangala, we have Pingala, we have Ganga. The next one is Pishangi. Pisangi. You know what it means? Who knows Sanskrit here? Where's the devotee who is studying Sanskrit? He's got his master. Oh, he's left us. One devotee. Who knows Sanskrit? How can you break this two words down? Pishangi. Of course, it's easy to know what the word Angi is. Angi comes from the word Anga. Right? Like you get Ananga Manjari, Ana-anga. Anga means limbs, limbs? Yeah. And Ana-anga means Ana belonging to Balaram. So, Ananga Manjari is an expansion of Balaram. Like that. So, Pishangi. Anga we know, right? Comes because the root word is Anga, and from there comes Angi, in the feminine feature, because she's a cow. And what's Pishangi? Anyone know Sanskrit here? Yeah. It's sometimes in a bridge bus way, language, Pishangi also. It means one whose limbs are beautiful. Pishangi. One whose limbs are beautiful. Now everything of the cow is beautiful. Everything of the cow is beautiful. Like that. So Krishna is always bewildered by the sights in Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan. He loves Goloka Vrindavan. Like that. So when Krishna feels he doesn't want to go out to see the sights, somebody must change his attitude. You understand? Change his attitude to go out. And the most beautiful cow in the inner courtyard is Pishangi. So to change consciousness of Krishna into inspiring to go out, because he becomes a little... Krishna is very moody person, very moody. Yeah. So Mother Yasoda will call Pishangi. Angi means one whose limbs are most beautiful. See? And the limbs become more beautiful for Pishangi when she moves. And when she moves in such a way, it's like Kata Gana Natyam Gamanam. You know? In other words, when Pishangi moves, it's so graceful. It's not like a regular Surabi cow moving. It's like very pleasing, very beautiful. Like that. And Pishangi knows how to attract Krishna. By the order of mother, Pishangi! So Pishangi will move in the inner courtyard, but she'll come to the window and she'll only give a darshan in like lavamatra, in the fraction of a moment. And Krishna catches that. Pishangi. And she moves. Because when you get full darshan of something, then you'll become satisfied and you'll move on to the next thing. You getting it? But with Pishangi, she doesn't give darshan like that to Krishna. She gives only a glimpse of herself. Then Krishna hankers for more. Oh, Pishangi, where's Pishangi gone? So like that, looking for Pishangi, and Pishangi comes again momentarily and moves in the inner courtyard. Then he calls out, Pishangi, where are you? Then Mother Yasoda knows he's ready to go out. His consciousness has changed. This is Mother Yasoda's glory. She knows how to make Krishna happy with the other associates. So who do we have? Mangala. It's nice to, even if you just remember Mangala, you'll go back to Golok. Oh yeah, you'll become a servant of Mangala. Mangala, then we have Pingala, then Ganga, then Pishangi, and the next one is Manikastani. Manikastani. Rupa Goswami tells us. Manikastani. Come on, who knows Sanskrit here? What's money? Kostama money, what's it? Jewel, yes. Kastani? The closest meaning that comes to is, she's a brilliantly beautiful jewel. If you don't have devotion, you cannot see Manikastani. You'd only see an effulgence. Getting it? You'll only see an effulgence. So that's that cow. Yeah. And when she gives milk, it's like flowing molten gold. Flowing molten gold. So when Krishna feels deep separation, Vipralamba Bhav, from who? Tapta Kanchana Gorangi. And Mother Yasoda doesn't know it. Yeah. But Mother Yasoda can feel that he is missing somebody. He is missing somebody. And who's that person? She can't figure it out. And she's telling, my dear Lala, I am here, I'm your mother. Aren't you closest to me? He said, Come to me, I'll embrace you. And she goes to embrace him. He runs away. He's feeling separation. She knows that everyone loves Krishna. But who is he actually feeling separation from? Then who she calls? Manikastani, Manikast, come. Because that milk is flowing molten gold. It's the color of Radha. Tapta Kanchani, Gaurangi. So then she knows that, okay, he'll ease his separation and eventually he'll come and play with Mother Yasoda, tease her, pinch her, so many things. We okay? How many cows so far? Remember them and dream about them. What's the first one? Mangala. Then Pishangi, yes. Then Manikastani. 5. And the next cow's name is Hamsi. Yes. She's not the color of Ganga, because Hamsi is like a feminine feature of a Hamsa, swan. You getting it? So Hamsi is not the white of Ganga, but she's a slightly off-white. You understand that? Slightly off-white. If you see a swan very closely, a Hamsa, it's a swan, right? It's not white. You understand? Yeah. Milk is white, but not Hamsi. Yeah. So when you flavor milk that makes it a little off-white, what do you put? What's that wood they put? You know it's cardamom? Elaichi and all that, right? Yeah. You understand that? Yeah. So she likes to eat those things, like the leaves of those things that give cardamom and so forth. So therefore, when she passes that milk cardamom, it flavors automatically. Like we have to use elaichi, right? And we have to use also like a bark of a tree. What we put in milk sometimes? Long. English word? Sometimes I put it in milk when I drink also. Besides elaichi, there's like a wood. It's like, dalchini. Yeah. So this Hamsi, when she eats, she likes to go close to that and eat. So naturally, she's that color, and the milk is that color, and it's naturally flavored. It's naturally flavored, yeah. So that's like in a general sense. When Radharani in my consciousness, when Mother Yasoda makes sweets in like everyday sweets, you understand? Yeah, she uses Hamsi's milk, the special milk and everyday sweets, because that you put, you can put in everyday sweets, but you don't have to use dalchini and you don't have to use elaichi. It's naturally there, because she eats the grasses that are so flavorful in relation to that. Yeah, Hamsi is a special cow, very, 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 very special cow, because she gives the most milk, because every day is being used. The other cows have to desire. Hamsi knows every day I'm serving Mother Yasoda, who serves Krishna. And that the general households, the maid servants also eats the sweets made from Hamsi's milk. Yeah. What number is that? And finally, number 7, Vamsi Priya is that cow's name. I can't tell you what's her color because I don't know. But Vamsi Priya is known as Vamsi Priya because she can exactly play all the flute notes that Krishna plays. She doesn't make the sound moo. No, she don't make. She can make the sound of flute playing. See? And when does she serve Mother Yasoda? When Krishna is not there. Krishna plays his flute in the playing fields. When he goes with the cows and he calls that. Krishna plays the flute when he calls the gopis. Another note, another note, another note. It's a special note to call each of the living entities to come to him. Each of the associates to come to him. Like that. So when Mother Yasoda feels great separation from Krishna because he's not at home, he's gone in the forest, like that. Or sometimes he comes late. And Nanda Maharaj goes on this, on the top, in the corner they have this, like above on the rooftop. What do you call that thing? Sila something? Where they see in the distance, that thing? What name is that? Huh? Not lighthouse. It's like a lighthouse. No, but there's a Sanskrit name. They go on the top in the corner. So Nanda Maharaj goes and sees, and Yasoda is feeling separation. Krishna is 15 minutes late. He needs to take his bath. See? And she is depressed. She is feeling so much separation. Like that. And who does she call for? Vamsi Priya. And Vamsi plays the flute. She doesn't have a flute. She doesn't. Her name is Vamsi Priya. She's a cow. And she moves, like moves these sweet notes that like pacifies Mother Yasoda's separation from Krishna. These sweet notes. Beautiful cow. Can you imagine? Vamsi Priya can make sounds of playing the flute without a flute. That's one of Krishna's favorite cows. Yeah, like that. And sometimes Krishna plays with Vamsi Priya, the cow. He doesn't have his flute. He can't find it. So Vamsi Priya knows that he wants to play his flute. So she understands when Mother Yasoda calls that, he can't find his flute. Either Balaram hid it somewhere, or Rohini hid it somewhere. They play like that, in the household with the children. So Krishna starts like, where's he feels separation from his flute. Then immediately Mother Yasoda calls, Vamsi Priya. And she comes and she plays the exact note that is in the consciousness of Krishna, that he wants to play. Such intimacy. Exact note. Hare Krishna. It's time for breakfast. Sorry, I took a little bit more time today. Is that okay? We will continue tomorrow. We won't take any questions. Is that okay? I can't answer any questions in this relation to the subject. We simply have to go to Golok Vrindavan. There's no other way, Don't ask me why is Krishna blue. What is the color of Vamsi Priya? You better go to Golok. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki, Go Mata ki, Nitai Go Premanande, Hari Hari Go.